Now to Franklin, where ahead of next school year, young people are fighting for change. They want more teachers of color and lesson plans and books that reflect diversity. And they've taken it up with the school board.
There is a growing movement in Franklin, led by current Franklin High School students and recent graduates.
As a current student now, there's been many times where I felt like an outsider at the school just because of the color of my skin.
Julia Danes, who is Puerto Rican, is going to be a junior at Franklin High School, which has a student body that is 76% white.
I think sometimes they don't even know what they're saying is offensive. When I was a freshman, it was really hard for me because there was an instance where a student used racial slurs to me, and I felt ignored by the staff and even some of the students when I told them what happened.
Minority enrollment at Franklin High School is 24%, and only about 1% of those students are black. At the last school board meeting, Julia was one of dozens of students who shared their experience with racism. They collected 450 signatures asking for change. They want district leaders to commit to recruiting and hiring teachers of color.
It's kind of hard to spend 12 years at the school and only see white teachers and not see anyone that looks like you.
I've been to Franklin for 13 years and I've had one teacher of color in 13 years of school, not a single African American teacher.
They're also asking that lesson plans and required reading include more black history, authors of color, and diverse perspectives.
The only history we were really taught at our school, the only literature we were taught at our school was that from a very white perspective.
Things like Selma or the Central Park 5, current events, things that aren't included in our current curriculum.
And they want the Franklin School Board to create and work with a team of racially diverse students and staff to help promote social justice and racism education.
Now, the school board president referred us to the superintendent of Franklin Schools, who sent us this statement that reads in part, "The stories shared at the board meeting are important to us and will help drive the work we are doing to ensure acts of racism and inequalities do not exist in our schools. I believe we are all called to action to ensure that equity exists in our schools, and we must proceed in a way that will have a lasting impact."